Heya Cryptozens, it's 10 p.m. Pacific time. The date is October 3rd. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nikodemus, and I'll be your host as we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. Today at the SEC, we charged Kim Kardashian for unlawfully touting a crypto security. That was how Chair Gensler of the U.S. Security Exchange Commission opened his tweet announcing the newest celebrity to be hit by the regulator. He continued, quote, "This case is a reminder that when celebrities and influencers endorse investment opportunities, including crypto asset securities, it doesn't mean those investment products are right for all investors. They say that she's guilty of, quote, touting on social media a crypto asset security offered and sold by Ethereum Max. And to a degree, he's not wrong. People should be held accountable for their actions. The question is whether what Kardashian did was wrong or not. So she was hit with a $1.26 million fine for failing to disclose the $250K she earned for posting an Instagram post shilling a crypto called Ethereum Max. As we like to do on the show, let's take a look at the numbers. Ethereum Max, symbol is EMAX, and EMAX is up 29% in the last 24 hours. It's pretty easy to see why. People are just moonshotting. Buy $100 or so of an unknown or forgotten about token when it hits the news, and then see if it moons. EMAX is a 24-hour sales volume of just over $55,000. That's it. Fully diluted market cap of $11,466,000. So that's Ethereum Max, rank 4033 on CoinMarketCap. Gensler was speaking today when he said that even though Kardashian marked her post with a hashtag, that the tag indicates that it was an ad, that's not enough. No, he said that her problems came from the fact that she didn't disclose, quote, the amount she was paid and the nature of it. So it's different in this case, right? Because this isn't a sneaker. It's not a new brand of deodorant. To Chair Gensler, Ethereum Max is a security. So Kardashian wasn't just engaged in everyday run-of-the-mill shilling. No, this made her potentially guilty of violating the Securities Act. Now, in Kim's case, it's over. While she did not admit guilt, she did agree to pay $1.26 million in fines to take care of the charges. She agreed not to promote crypto for the next 3 years, and she agreed to cooperate with the investigation. Although I'm not sure how much help they need. The SEC has already gotten Floyd Mayweather Jr. and former NBA star Paul Pierce on the Ethereum Max scheme. Speaking on the case, Gensler said, quote, Ms. Kardashian's case also serves as a reminder to celebrities and others that the law requires them to disclose to the public when and how much they are paid to promote investing in securities. And Chair Gensler took the opportunity to advise the general public to do their own due diligence. He said, quote, this case is a reminder that when celebrities or influencers endorse investment opportunities, including crypto asset securities, it doesn't mean that those investment products are right for all investors. We encourage investors to consider an investment's potential risks and opportunities in light of their own financial goals. Now, how fair all this is, that's in question. Kardashian was shilling a project. She's not an financial advisor that I've ever heard of. She probably has no idea what Section 17 sub B of the Securities Act says, much less what it means. So that's only one problem with this. The other is nothing new, unless and until we get clear, strong regulatory clarity about what is and is not a security, we are going to continue to have this issue. And again, because this was settled, no court case, no precedent was set, which means unless and until we either get some judicial or legislative clarity, investors and influencers alike run the risk of ending up on the wrong side of the law. As we like to do on this show, let's take a look at the numbers. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $941 billion. That's up 1.26%. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 1.93%, Ethereum up 1.55%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin up 0.18%. Allegedly, Alex Mashinsky, Celsius Network founder and former CEO, allegedly withdrew $10 million from the platform. According to sources cited by the Financial Times, this was just weeks before bad things happened. The company froze withdrawals and declared bankruptcy. So think about what he's accused of, because those sources say that he withdrew the money in mid to late May. Then he paused customer withdrawals in June. That means Mashinsky directly contributed to the $2.85 billion gap in the balance sheet of his company. And it was that gap that caused Celsius to pause customer withdrawals and ultimately to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in July. Now, Mashinsky stepped down amid attempts to restructure and revive the company, attempts that would ultimately fail. But if you're thinking that Mashinsky got out early, knowing that he would be freezing customer funds and that stinks, I don't know. Maybe. But maybe not. A spokesperson from Celsius has a different story. According to them, Mashinsky withdrew the $10 million to cover state and federal taxes. Apparently, Mashinsky and his family have some $44 million worth of crypto frozen on Celsius. They said, quote, in the 9 months leading up to that withdrawal, he consistently deposited cryptocurrency in amounts that totaled what he withdrew in May. Apparently, $8 million of that went to paying income taxes from asset yields, which is funny. Sources told the Financial Times that it was done in line with Mashinsky's estate planning. Whatever the reason for making withdrawal, the bankruptcy court could force him to return it. See, there's a 90-day clawback period. Under U.S. law, payments made within 90 days of declaring bankruptcy can be reversed if it's advantageous to the creditors. In other Celsius news, the Department of Justice has filed an objection to a motion by Celsius to reopen withdrawals for some customers and to sell their stablecoins. Now, if that sounds familiar, it sort of is. On Friday, we were talking about how Vermont and Texas didn't want Celsius selling any stablecoins, in part because they have no idea what the plan is for the proceeds of that sale. Now, in this case, the DOJ is saying their objection is that Celsius's finances are murky. They feel like no key decisions should be made until an independent examiner has had a chance to weigh in. In this case, they're talking about United States trustee-appointed Shobo Pillay. Pillay will have about 2 months to produce a report showing a breakdown of Celsius's assets and liabilities. Meanwhile, William Harrington is the U.S. trustee who appointed Pillay, and he argues that withdrawals shouldn't be opened up until Pillay's report has been completed. He said, quote, the motions are premature and should be denied until after the examiner report is filed. First, the withdrawal motion seeks to impulsively distribute funds to one group of creditors in advance of a fulsome understanding of the debtor's cryptocurrency holdings. It's his position that, quote, any distribution or sale should be deferred until interested parties, the United States trustee, and the court are able to make a determination on the value of Celsius's liabilities, claims against it, and assets, and what debtor intends to actually pay his creditors. And speaking of payments, remember we were recently talking about Sam Bankman-Fried considering buying Celsius's assets. This comes on the heels of their $1.3 billion purchase of Voyager Digital's assets. See, Simon Dixon was tweeting about FTX, that they were raising $32 billion to buy Celsius's assets, quote, cents on the dollar. Bankman-Fried brought up Voyager, and that his bid was, quote, generally determined by fair market price, no discounts. Goal isn't to make money buying assets at cents on the dollar. It's to pay $1 on the $1 and get $1 back to the customers. If we were to get involved in Celsius, it would be the same. Disclosure time here. I am a Voyager customer. I guess it's FTX now. I don't know, because frankly, not a lot of details have come out. Now, what we were told was that FTX US would give, quote, will enable customers to trade and store cryptocurrency after the conclusion of the company's Chapter 11 cases. Meanwhile, Celsius depositors have no idea. Some people are talking about a repayment scheme using the Celsius tokens. I think that's a non-starter. I think what's likely to happen is that someone will buy their digital assets, maybe not the toxic debt, but the assets could be auctioned off. I think that's likely what will happen, and that Celsius's customers will get some fraction of their deposit. Maybe that will be weighted in the favor of customers that are retail. Maybe not. It's going to depend on how the bankruptcy goes moving forward. And that will depend, at least in part, on Pillai's report. No pressure. According to CoinGecko, Bitcoin dominance is at 38.23%. Ethereum is 16.25%. USDT, USDC, and Binance Coin at 4.77%. XRP, BUSD, Cardano, Solana, and Dogecoin round out the top 10. Transit Swap was hacked on Saturday. Attackers drained nearly $23 million after exploiting a bug. Since that time, Transit Swap got together with a team of blockchain security teams, PeckShield, SlowMist, Token Pocket, and BitTrace. Transit Swap has since identified the error in the code that allowed the theft. The cross-chain DEX tweeted, quote, after a self-review by the Transit Finance team, it was confirmed that the incident was caused by a hacker attack due to a bug in the code. We are deeply sorry. And it looks like the hacker was none too stealthy. Transit Swap says that they have the hacker's IP, email address, and associated on-chain addresses. Now, reportedly, the hacker transferred 2,500 Binance coin to Tornado Cash. Yeah, the guys who were sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury for their involvement in crypto crime. Anyway, the Transit Swap team said that the hacker had been depositing and withdrawing funds from LA Token and other places. For their part, Transit Swap says that they're working with users to come up with a plan for the stolen funds. In the meantime, the hacker has their own plan. They have returned 70% of the $23 million that they stole. They sent roughly $16.2 million in ETH, Binance Coin, and Binance-pegged Ethereum to 2 different addresses. Additionally, they made demands of a higher bounty. Oddly, they accused Transit Swap of not being sincere. These are the people that they just stole from. Anyway, they left a note. Quote, I don't believe you because you are not sincere. I only exploited Ethereum and Binance smart chains. If I attack other chains like FTM, Tron, Polygon, I believe I can get $100 million. With reference to past Nomad and Wintermute events, I should get a higher bounty than what I get now. It's not hard to suspect that this is your official backdoor, and you should be happy the exploit was done by me and no one else. For now, Transit Swap says that they're working with the community on a return plan while they use the data they cover on the hacker to go after the rest. And that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listener, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. Take care of yourselves, but take care of each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.